Good morning, YouTube. Matt M. Roy back once again. 7:30 on October the 2nd. Wow, it is really getting late in the year. I can't believe Christmas is almost upon us. Hope everybody out there is doing really well. Yeah, this was originally going to be a vlog. Yeah. What wound up happening was I took my camera with me to the garage sale, and actually I just used my cell phone and filmed it. Got home and realized that the camera must have overheated because when I got the footage, it literally was kind of jerking around like this. It had that kind of jerking motion. So, yeah, suffice to say, I did not get the footage that I needed. The stuff that I had was almost unusable. But that's okay. It happens. Happens more often than not, more than I'd like. So, I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to come. So, probably wondering why I haven't been doing a lot of really any content lately. Well, YouTube isn't really paying what it used to, and I've had to put my passions elsewhere. Um, my phone's ringing. So, with this garage sale, this was a local estate. I won't say it's an estate sale, but it was a collector that was downsizing. And basically he went in and cleaned out all of his stock, or at least the stuff that he didn't really want anymore. So I went there and the prices were decent. I have to say that I've seen better, but I was able to score a few good items. So I'm going to go ahead and show these off first. First one I got was some Xbox 360 games. This is, what is this one? Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. He had a few games that were not in their original cases, so I got this one. The rest, fortunately, are in their original cases. Fallout 3, which I've heard is a good game. I haven't actually ever played it myself. But I heard it was a decent game. These I got, I think, for $4 a piece. And some of these I probably won't play, but they're good for resale. This one I'm really interested in, Wolfenstein: The New Order. I have not had a chance to play that yet. I used to be a real big fan of the original Wolfenstein game. This one, Paradise Burnout, really good game. I've actually been actively playing this. This is really fun. This is Sega Super Sports Tennis, and on the back there is the Xbox Arcade. The one that's really fun on this is the Ms. Pac-Man. Definitely got to check that one out. And last but not least, for the Xbox 360 stuff, I got Indiana Jones and the original Adventure Legos, and Kung Fu Panda. I just started playing the Indiana Jones one. Not really my cup of tea. That one I'm probably going to wind up selling, and I don't think Kung Fu Panda is going to be much better. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And the discs are in decent shape. Oddly enough, for a collector, they did have some scratches on them. The camera, yeah, you can see it picks it up a little bit. So he must have been really playing them a lot. So, yeah, decent deal there, $4 a piece. And next, I'll start with the games. I actually picked up an entire original Xbox, but I'm gonna leave that for last. So I made a bundle deal with him, like Frank Fritz does on American Pickers. We always love to bundle. So I'll show you the games first. Namco Museum. This has got the Pac-Man and Dig Dug and Galaga and Pole Position on it. Fun game. Peter Jackson's King Kong. I actually had this for the PlayStation 2 back in the day, and played it for that. And this was a really good game. I'm kind of interested in revisiting this game. Again, really fun. I have to say that this one was done very well. I'm not usually into video games that are made for movies, but this one was a lot of fun, and disc's in pretty decent shape. Again, yeah, some scratches. Actually, the camera makes it look worse than it actually is. Put that back in. Next, we have, never heard of this one, Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball. And again, I picked up some of these because I figured I'm going to sell the Xbox on at some point, so I'll pick up some games that I figure other people might want to play. We got Shrek. Yeah, it's Shrek. So I don't know what else to say about that. I probably shouldn't have picked this one up, but they were cheap because I got a bundle, so yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Next one is Air Force Delta Command. Never heard of this one. And again, I'm not personally really big into flying games, but I figured, again, if I sell it on, this would be a great title to list it with. And last but not least, two games that I am definitely going to be playing in the future. Star Wars Clone Wars and Tetris Worlds. This one in particular is a lot of fun. This one, if you've ever played it, I think PlayStation 2 had this on it for a while. PlayStation 2? Yeah, PlayStation 2. So if you ever get a chance, definitely check that one out. And I should have made sure. Yeah, a lot of scratches on the discs. I really should have taken a closer look. But again, the Xbox is not that picky, and we have a local video game store that'll resurface them. So, yeah, not too worried about the scratches. Yeah, I just want to make sure that it wasn't a dual disc. Sometimes they have two discs in them. All right, let me pull this out. Oh, I think I'm just going to put this whole thing on my lap so you guys and gals can see this. So this is the original OG Xbox. It does work, which, you really got to be careful because these are not aging well. So if you find one of these at a garage sale or something, make sure you test it out because they have had issues with, I think what it was the capacitor that controls the time capacitor. They'll go bad, and they can actually take the Xbox with it. But I think that was only on the earlier models, but don't quote me on that. I'm not an Xbox expert. So firstly, it came with 4 controllers, got an OG Xbox controller. They are a little dirty, but they'll clean up. They're not bad. So I got that one. The other controller here is, the rest of them are Mad Catz controllers, I believe. Yeah. The rest of these are Mad Catz controllers. This one is kind of the orange, or the atomic. I want to say they called this atomic orange or something back in the day. They had a little yellow on top. And one thing you want to make sure when you buy these, make sure they have the breakaway cable. I can't tell you how many of these I've bought in the past that didn't have them, mainly at thrift stores. And yeah, I didn't know that at the time. So make sure they have that because they're very easy to break away like that. And next, another Mad Catz controller. This one is, okay, this is the Micro, can't even read that. Micro Con. Must be a special edition. again, you Xbox aficionados out there can tell me if that's the case. And I will tell you, I don't know if it's this one or not. Let me see. Yeah, it is this one. I broke my own rule. This one is missing the breakaway cable, but I can get that online, or I can just use one of the other ones. I mean, four controllers. What was it? 1, 2, 3, and then controller number 4 is another Mad Catz controller. The other two, I think, were the later models. This is the earlier one because this is more like the OG. And this is actually pretty well built. This is really solid, although it's really sticky. Again, I have not had a chance to clean these yet. And that one does have the breakaway cable. It did come with the all the rest of the hookups. So it came with the if I can get it out here, came with the AV cable. This is not the what do they call it? Yeah, my mind just went blank again. The red, green, blue, the RGB, the component cable. It only came with a composite. But I may actually have another one of those in the closet. I'm not sure. And then just the regular power cord. All right. And last but not least, the Xbox itself. You can see it right here. Yeah. It is kind of scratched on the top, but they all are. If you watch, what's his name? JR and... I can't think of their name right now. But if you watch the YouTube videos online, they'll basically tell you that they all get kind of scratched like that. This one, you can see the front of it there. Yeah. This one on the bottom, unfortunately, the data manufacturer is rubbed off, probably over the years from just playing it. Usually that would be right there on that sticker there. So yeah, unfortunately that's rubbed off. But hey, you know what? It's still a decent deal. It's still an OG Xbox, and these are getting super rare in working condition. That is actually it for the video games. Mr. Bluestone says, long time no see. What do you use to clean the sticky controllers? Excellent question. It depends on the controller. If your controller is all plastic like this one is, then what I like to use is Goo Gone. And if it's really nasty, you want to be careful doing this. You can use a magic eraser, but what I like to actually use usually is just a regular sponge, because Goo Gone is really, really powerful just as it is. So if it's a real dirty, use a magic eraser. Lightly though, because magic eraser is abrasive, it can leave some scratches. Yeah. Hang on, I gotta grab the other one real quick. Yeah. Okay, and if you have one like this where it's hard plastic on the outside there, it's okay again with the Goo Gone, but be careful because this has a rubberized grip. And if you get Goo Gone on the rubber part and don't get it off right away, it'll start to break the rubber down. And if you remember like those old MP3 players and what was the other thing? There was something else in the early 2000s where they had like that kind of rubberized grips. It'll actually start to eat it away and it'll just break down and gobs of it'll come off in your hands. So Goo Gone for the plastic, for the rubber, I would use just a little bit of Windex. That would work fine. Justin Lyon says, it's been a long time. It sure has. And I'm going to try to do some more videos Once again, the reason that this particular this particular video is live is because the video that I shot, basically the phone must have overheated because the video quality was just awful. I couldn't do anything with it. Mr. Bluestone, how did your summer go? Not too bad. I stayed in a lot. I still don't like the heat, and I'm more of a fall person. I love being outside in the fall. Justin Lyons, did you find any projectors at the garage sale? Not there. I think the last time I found a projector at a garage sale was when I was up at my uncle's house. I remember his neighbor is a good friend of mine. She and I went to garage sales, and I did find a projector there. Funny story. Unfortunately, that particular projector I left there because I only paid a couple dollars for it. It was an IBM projector from the 90s, and it had a proprietary connector on it. So I'm assuming it must have been for a particular. I think, again, don't quote me on this. I think it was a projector for the IBM ThinkPads of the time. So yeah, that was that was kind of a waste, but it was only $2. And that is really all I have right now. I'll wait a minute or two. I know we got a few more people here. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you enjoy this kind of content. In the near future, when I'm done, because I'm been refurbishing computers like crazy lately. You could see the table in the background there. Once I can get rid of that table, I do want to give you guys an update on my Alvin the Chipmunks collection. I did add some things to it, including I got the Harvey comics in. Very rare. I was very lucky to find those on eBay. I got those really cheap. Actually, I got all 5 because I think there were only 5 ever done for Alvin the Chipmunks, and that was for the 80s and 90s series, or say the 80s series. And that one, I think altogether I probably paid like $30, and that's really cheap considering how rare they are. Justin Lyons asks, okay, and what about old computers like Windows 9X, 2000 XP? No, nothing like that. Very, very rare to find anything like that anymore. I might every once in a while find an XP system, but 98 and 2000, they're one of two things: either in collectors' hands or they're in the landfill, unfortunately. Although I may have an opportunity in the near future to pick up some more computers. I am starting a new sideline where I go ahead and pick up scrap, IT scrap, so scrap monitors, towers, from businesses, mostly individuals too, but mainly businesses. And if I get something in from one of them, then I might do a video on it. Doing videos, actual video videos, are hard because we have other people in the house, and unfortunately the walls are pretty thin, and the audio tends to permeate from room to room. Should do a Mr. Bledsoe should do a Monday morning live update every week. Many of us check in to see how you're doing. I might do that. I can't right now because my life is so chaotic. I've got so many things going on. I can't really commit to anything like that, but I will try to do videos as much as possible. Yeah, the same thing. Any of the old computers are like impossible to find nowadays. Mr. Bluestone, any recycling trips? I did one more, but I didn't film it Um, I didn't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that again. It was the exact same thing. So I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But if you guys are really interested, I'll film it again. They are super cool about that too. It's Elizabeth River Recycling over in the Deep Creek area of Chesapeake, and they are all like YouTube fanboys and girls, and they were like, "Yeah, film as much as you want." So it's a definite possibility. I just have to get more product in for recycling. All right, folks. What is that? I feel out of place at the junkyard. Oh, me too. There's so many things going on there that you really have to take your take it in stride, basically, because when you go, if you saw that video, when you go in there, the first thing you do is get weighed, and then you go over and dump your steel, is what I do, because that's the heavy stuff, and oddly enough, that's the stuff that is not worth very much. And then I go out again, I have to get weighed a second time, and then I go to the building where D is the gentleman's name, takes the computer components, like the stuff that's more valuable, like memory, processors, boards, because they have mid grade and low grade and high grade boards. And I'll have to do a video on that. E-Waste Ben, if you've ever seen his channel, he is very, very knowledgeable, even more than I am. Let me see if I can find his. I can shoot you guys over a link to E-Waste Ben. He's over in Australia, so it's a little different there, but you'll get the gist of it. So if you guys are interested, click that link right there, and that'll bring you to E-Waste Ben's site. All right, Justin, enjoy the rest of your day. It is interesting at them. All right, folks, I'm going to end it here. I have things I have to get done today. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, just had too much on my mind. Keep me in your prayers. There's some struggles still, but everything's going to work itself out eventually. Thanks for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.